what is happening in the country now. An election came, election passed. And you see people killing themselves over an election where the two players are friends.
Welcome you back to Laju TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with Laju.
And then this driving I'm talking about, just a few, you know. I love to drive. I liked it. I enjoyed it. So there was that year, several years ago. I bought different cars at different times. Then I got this one that I liked so much. And the man knew how to advertise it for me. Customized, nice, one in town. So I looked at the car, I liked it. I wanted it. I was already buying, you know, this car or that car. Made no difference now, so I didn't need any consultations with the Spirit. You know, when you're already on cruise and there's nothing on the road, you just keep going. You don't try to, you just, everything's, so you don't prepare for emergencies. So it was gone. And that's the way I came to this car. And I liked it. No consultations. And I paid more for that car than any other 3 cars put together before then. I was excited. And it was not a brand new car. Yet I spent so much money on it because it was customized. Okay. I bought it and went home with it. Come out every day and clean it. Look at it shining. You wish you could drive it out and be outside at the same time and be looking at it. Anyway, one day, while you're still, you know, new, I'd only driven out maybe to church once or twice. So it's just there because I had other cars. Okay. In this Monday, I believe it was, you know, you got this car, you're not driving it, nowhere to go. You have to look for somewhere to go. So I needed somewhere to go. So I said, okay, I'm going to buy fuel. And then from there, my mom was with my sister. And so I said, I'll drive to see my mom. And then, you know, just go out. This was now around 6:30 p.m. So I'm going. That's the way I went out. Bought the fuel, filled the tank, and drove, heading for my sister's place to see my mom. Stopped on the way at this supermarket that I'd been to several times. I thought, okay, let me buy some things to take there. As I stopped, before I could come out of the car, another car stopped beside me, and some guys jumped out with guns. 2 of them in front of me just releasing bullets into the air. They were just like, you know, it was fun for them. They just stood there. And the others came to the doors. One said, come down, shut, move in, out. They were giving all kinds of commands. I didn't know where I was. Oh, before I knew what was happening, they opened the back door and said, get inside. You don't want to open the boot to get inside. Everywhere. Come out. Where are you? I didn't know what happened to me. They were shouting so much. I didn't know which of them to obey. And the street was neat in seconds. They fled. The people fled. Then, for some reason, beyond explanation, I walked away from there. And it's like, you know, like they didn't see me. I don't know how, but I just walked away. I got out of there. The guy had opened the door and asked him to enter. And if you knew about how they used to steal those days, they'll ask the person to get into the boot, they'll carry the owner of the car away and drop him somewhere. You know, give him a ride, drop him somewhere. You know, if they didn't kill him. So, I just walked away into the house that was, you know, where the shop was. And they were still shooting, and then they drove the car away. Still unclear to me how I got out of that place. Now, my car was gone. I'm going to see my mom. Now I'm walking. I didn't even remember whether I was to buy anything anymore. The car was gone, the money, whatever, everything was gone. Now, as I walk down the street, and here's the reason for this story. As I walk down the street, all by myself, like this, a thought hit me. A moment ago, you were riding a big car. Now, you're walking in the streets like anybody else, but you are the same person. At that moment, everything, every desire, every fascination with cars and all of those things left me. I lost interest in all those things instantly. It's like a miracle, something you can't explain. I lost interest in all of those things at once. I said, a moment ago you were there in that car, and right now you're walking like anybody else in the street, but you are the same person. A man's life doesn't consist in the abundance of things he possesses.
I hear that in Kaduna now they've released a circular that church will not use instruments from so time to so time, that you need crusade. Bring it. Is that the give me, bring it from the governor. I told you before that we have a government that will fight the church. Did I say that? Check my prophecy for the year. That you must preach with a license. It is wrong to play religious cassettes or use loudspeaker in religious purpose after 8 p.m. If a person commits an offense under the provision who commits shall be liable on conviction to a term of imprisonment not exceeding 2 years or 200,000 fine, or both, or have his license revoked. You see the strategy? They will appoint their own who will make it hard for the church but easy for the mosque. I want to warn the governor of Kaduna State. There are many times I've read on paper how he abused Jesus.
So I announced to them they had found the car, but I wouldn't drive that car again. I'd lost interest. I wish that I knew how to lose that interest earlier. Are you getting what I'm telling you? Because you're the same person. And since that time to this time, not fascinated with those things. They don't mean anything.
I stood on this same pulpit here some time back, and I spoke to Kogi State. And they said he's running his mouth. Let's see. Thank God the whole world is a witness of that. And I'm not just sure, because you told me that yesterday. You don't inconvenience people, because there are certain things you cannot change. Am I speaking here? When when it comes to the mosque, they give them a very good area. Come to the church, they throw you somewhere. You can't fight the gospel. The truth is this: if you don't trouble us, we won't trouble you. We are not troublemakers. If you don't trouble us, we won't trouble you. Alright? But if you feel that because you have power that is transient, what nonsense. We have been men of God before you became governor. Even after you live as governor, we remain as men of God. So please, it's very important that you as a pastor make sure your hands are clean. Make sure your hands are clean. Make sure your hands are clean. When in Kaduna, I'm saying it because if we don't stop this nonsense in Kaduna, some stupid people will now want to extend it. It won't work. I like all of you, as I've spoken here, to put your ears down and hear what will happen. If we are joking or we are playing, except you want your cabinet to reduce, you see people sleeping and not waking up, then you will know that there are certain laws. You have just stepped on the last nerve of the church. There are certain laws that cannot stand. You can't just settle down. That does not generate revenue for you. Even herbalists are running their thing without a license and doing evil. Why not you tell witches that for them to fly they need license? Witches, license. That is why if you are anywhere and you are going through any form of threat because somebody has power in his hand, either they change their mind or they die.
You see, I don't know which Nigerian pastors do these people. You understand? For some purpose of this now, a lot of pastors have been under attack in this Nigeria. The reason why you heard about Apostle Suleman attack is because that one is kind of obvious. You understand? They use gun, they come out, they delete people, but there are some pastors on that ground that you know here they experience and too. I also want all Christians to be praying for Nigerian pastors. I know say we kind of talk now for myself, I talk and give. Maybe now even what this video now go now no go still pray for them. You understand? No one start to pray for Nigerian pastors because no allow medicine to get your footstep. One thing I notice about Nigerians is that if they hear say something happen to one pastor, you get when will be their pastor, when will be their own personal pastor, spiritual father, their papa, they don't just take action, they just watch and say, oh, what is happening? Maybe the pastor is diabolic, maybe the pastor is that. Get this thing have become rampant in Nigeria now. Apostle Suleman show happened, I think that was 2 weeks ago. A lot of people came out, they began to sell sort of things. People that they delete in cause of the attack, they use them for renewal, all of that, a lot of rubbish. You understand? Likewise, Pastor Chrison, they won't come rubber with AK-47. That one said now renewal. Why so? If you really love this man, you can just come up to just pray for them. Like in your secret, just pray for them. Or begin to pray for them. Know that you should begin to judge. Even the Bible says, men are no judge. You understand? Bible talk as men are no judge. Because it's God that knows the hidden secrets and hidden places. If they do evil, lead them to God. When God deal with them. Or you should wait. When they do evil, come outside. More see them. You understand? So don't say because of say you don't like them, say no, we'll pray for them. Don't do until they kill them, come on. You understand what I mean? Pray for pastors, don't pray for only your pastor. If you reach your nose now, that is when they attack your pastor. That is when you just come and scapush. But don't be silent. Start your prayer now so that I don't get to your true post. That's all I have for now. Great and wonderful people. Experience about Laju. the king of boys of the entire Africa. I'm great not just to get that thing for you. Ensure you follow me on all my social media handles on Facebook at Laju TV and Ataked. And guess what? See you in my next video.